And through Somalia, let's cheer up for Ahmed Farah.
I love your person, man, because you're Ahmed. You're Ahmed. You're a natural guy, man. A guy I want to talk to. Ahmed. Natural guy.
Amazing left kick.
This is what I do every fucking day.
What's up? What's going on, brother?
Salam, brother. How are you?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. How you doing, man?
I'm good, alhamdulillah. How are you, man? How's everything?
Good. I'm good, bro. Where you at right now? You training?
I am, yeah, I just got done with training right now.
Okay.
Okay. I like the pictures in the back, man.
That's what's up, man. I got you right there, man.
You come prepared. I like it.
You're representing the Horn. We have to.
Yes.
First of all, I just want to say welcome. Thank you for giving me your time. You're very kind, and that's one thing I have to tell these people, that you're very, very professional, very kind, and you took the time to give me this. So I really appreciate that, bro.
No, brother. The honor is mine, man. I should have done it last year. You know, we've been talking for a while. So.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We were supposed to connect, and what was it? The Romero fight, or was it I can't remember, but we were supposed to connect in one of the last fights and have a conversation about UFC, and too bad it didn't work out.
Definitely. I remember, man. Yeah, I just got done with training. Everyone's heading out, but that's the gym I'm training at right now.
Okay. So watch this. So you're coming back from an injury, correct?
Yeah.
Tell me about it, man. What happened, and how you doing so far in your training and your recovery and the process so far?
So, alhamdulillah, the injury is a little bit away from me now. It's been 3 months, but I got caught in a horrible armbar, and I was overtraining. I think that was the purpose, the reason why it happened. I was doing 2-a-days for a week straight. I just had a fight announced, and it just, all of it added up, and I got my shoulder dislocated. I didn't need surgery. It popped, they put it back in. So alhamdulillah, everything went well. I did some physical therapy. I'm still doing the therapy, but now I'm fully back to training. I grapple every day, do the fighters training in the morning, and I kickbox. So a lot of 2-a-days, sometimes 3-a-days. So it's been good, alhamdulillah.
Was this the worst injury you've ever suffered?
Yeah, I had the same injury once before, which is why it happens. So when it happens once, it happens over and over if you don't rehab it the correct way. So I kept it healthy for a whole year, and it happened again. So now I'm back to it, getting healed up. So alhamdulillah, it's been good.
Alhamdulillah. Let's go a little bit into your history, man, and how you got into fighting and what got you into MMA. Why do you want to do this professionally?
Well, I didn't always think I was going to be at this level, but everything happens for reasons. The amateur career has been doing well. I plan on competing again, hopefully August or September. Inshallah, everything is going smooth right now. I've been making some real progress at the new camp, and my jiu-jitsu is looking great. My grappling's improved so dramatically over the last couple of weeks, so I'm very excited for the future, and I know I'll go pro, inshallah. Now I have it set in stone in my head. I know what will happen. I know I'll do great in the pros as well. I just have to be smart, with the injuries, with the opponents, with everything. I just got to promote myself the same way I'm doing right now, and inshallah it'll all be through the roof soon.
Yo, as a kid, were you always getting into fights? Were you a fighter growing up?
No, not
what
fights.
got you down to this path?
I had a mouth and I avoided it, so
yeah.
I didn't get in too many fights. But when I did, I probably I probably lost them at that time. I didn't train, but I watched for a long time, and I always said this in all the interviews I've done before. I always used to watch, and I was like, let me try it. One day I just walked in to a kickboxing gym, and it all took off 5 years ago now. So alhamdulillah, I've been training ever since, and I love it. So now I teach the kids. I teach kids karate at this new location. I used to teach taekwondo before, so just getting a little bit adjusted. But it's been a blessing. It's been great.
What's your fighting style? I see you do a lot of kickboxing, some jiu-jitsu. What do you like to mix it with, or you like to do a little bit of everything?
So my schedule is very set in stone. This is a big camp I'm at right now. There's a lot of amateur fighters, pro fighters. There's UFC, Bellator, LFA. There's so many killers here. and you can just see them off of like the Instagram who I train with. But we usually do a fighters training in the morning throughout the week, 2 hours. We do cage work, fighting specific, like positional, not just what everybody takes at a regular jiu-jitsu or cardio kickboxing class. Then I come here to teach at another location, same gym, but another location of the gym. I work here 5 hours. I teach the kids karate, hang out with them, see them the whole day. Then this location has a BJJ class that I just did right now and a Muay Thai class. I took part of the Muay Thai class. It just ended right now. So this is one of the days I would do the three a days. So it's been good, or 2 a days.
Look, when I first heard about you, or like the first time I ever saw you, you flashed on my timeline, and it was that head kick. You put the guy to sleep. Man,
Yeah.
First of all, that was amazing. Like, it goes down as one of the greatest kicks, like, in my opinion. What was going through your head at that moment? I mean, after the kick and during the fight, like, walk me through that moment and walk me through that fight.
He's definitely looking for that left kick. There it is. That's going to be a nice. There's a highlight. Amazing left kick.
This is what I do every fucking day. Yeah, so that fight, I'd say like everything came to fruition very well. We trained a lot of feints, a lot of setups for that head kick. We knew this guy had great wrestling, but even when it went to the ground, I don't think he's fought a couple times after, and it's shown what we thought. But we knew he didn't have crazy BJJ, and he's got submitted since I fought him. I thought I would have submitted him too if he did take me down. He was just a great wrestler, but no really great grappling. So we thought we had a grappling advantage and a striking advantage. We just had to choose one or the other. We couldn't stay in the middle and get slept on and hugged and wrestled against the cage, which is what these guys like to do. The boring style of fighting.
Right.
Jiu-jitsu, sambo, finish the fight. That's what we like to hear. If you're a ground guy, But yeah, we just worked a lot of feints. We knew that kick was gonna come. That's why I said right after that when I went to the camera, I was like, I do this every day. It was just like, man, I threw that kick 1,000 times in practice, So Bruce Lee says it. I fear not the man that throws one kick or 10,000 kicks once, but one kick 10,000 times, So that's basically what happened there.
And it just takes one time for you to connect, and that's it.
Yeah,
The rest is
100%.
history.
One and done, man. That's how I like to do it. I had a one overhand knockout before, too. Last year I had 2, so 50% KO rate right now.
Right. Now, like, do you ever feel bad after the knockout, and especially if you see the guy like completely out, or it's the adrenaline's running and it doesn't even matter to you? You don't care in that moment.
I don't care in the moment because, man, the shit that goes in. I put a documentary out. You can see like a little bit of the tension.
Yeah.
Obviously, it doesn't do it justice, but man, there's so much you put into it. A whole, like 3 months, 2 months, whatever it is. You're just seeing that guy's training. You're looking at him. You're looking at his coaches, his gym. So when it happens, you're like, thank God it's over with, But I watched him. I actually commentated over his last fight. It's sad to see a guy that you beat lose. I don't always like seeing those type of scenarios. Like you like to see them uplifted after a loss, like the one. But inshallah, he picks it up, So that's all you can really say after. And if there's any rematch in the future, it's the same thing, man. There's
back at it again.
Exactly. There's none of that. Like I feel bad for him. Man, you're like in a war zone, man.
No, you have to be ruthless in this game, right? And like part of me, I'm telling you, like I would have felt bad for the homeboy. Went down to him, maybe try to help him out or something. But I see that killer mindset that you have to have, and it's very important. There's one thing you said in the documentary that I really liked which was amateur fighting, professional thinking. I really love that.
This is amateur level, but professional mindset. That's how we're going in.
Why is that important, especially at the level you're in, and how do you think that's going to help you out in general in your career? Because
the end goal is pro, and like to be the highest caliber of pro. And if you're an amateur, I'm around a lot of pros. I've cross-trained here at Kaizen, but I'm here now forever. Not forever, but like for the foreseeable future. So it's been good. Professional mindset just means, hey, walking in there, making weight, being class, doing all the promotional things you have to do for your fight, because that's what you're gonna do in the pros. A lot of amateurs just think you're gonna go in there and fight and scrap and leave. But you can do that, but you won't make it far. Not in this game. You have to be a draw. People want to have to see you fight. You have to get knockouts like the one behind you. So that's part of the whole game. You can't be a boring fighter in the cage, but also you got to be entertaining outside of it.
For those who don't know, you fight in the flyweight, correct?
Yeah, I fight in flyweight.
So if you don't mind, briefly explain that for the audience, what that weight class is like, and some of the guys that you go against.
Yeah, so flyweight, UFC has 8 weight classes, I believe. They're the biggest, right. Obviously. There's some that have 9, including like 115 men. 115 men is like atom weight. They're really like very short guys. But flyweight is like the smallest in the most promotions. There's all the way up to heavyweight, which the limit is 265. But every division is basically like 10 pounds apart, except for a couple here and there. The flyweight division, I'd say, is the fastest. I'm very tall and lengthy for the division. I'm like 6'1" now. I have a crazy like 73-inch reach. So I have a lot of advantages, but I also have a lot of places where I might have holes, like sprawling, going down, just those wrestling aspects. I think I do very well in the cage wrestling, but out in the open, I didn't obviously have those, like the folk style wrestling background that the U.S. wrestlers have. So that's the stuff I'm trying to fix right now. I feel comfortable on my back, so inshallah should be good. Flyweight is an entertaining division. I'd say one of the best. If you watch the UFC fights at flyweight or bantamweight, the lowest divisions always, I think, have the best skill.
These guys are vicious. The killers. It's the speed, like the fly kicks. I mean, it's a vicious. The flyweight is disgusting. Do you ever see yourself going up from that class? Or that's
for sure. I'm only 20, so right now I cut weight to flyweight, but not much. I know like I can get all the way up to 150 and make it down to flyweight throughout a camp. So right now I weigh like 141. So I cut about like 15, but like 5 just from, getting healthier and fitter, and then 10 of water weight the week of, something around those lines. But I definitely see myself at bantamweight. I think I'll do even better at bantamweight when I'm like full man muscle thrown into my weight class. And I think physically I'll look a lot better too.
Bantam, that's 135, right? It's going up 10?
135, yeah. 135.
Yeah. I was watching a documentary and I saw one of your friends like making weight and the challenges of that. Walk me through how hard is it to make weight and the fact that you have to be so committed into that goal. So what's it like making weight?
Yeah, that was my good friend, Ayman Benavoud, the Moroccan general, I call him. The guy is a killer, man. But he had a very tough weight cut. It was his first sanctioned bout. He had a couple burners and scraps before, but that one he had to be right on weight, right on the dot. He came in a little overweight during the camp, so he had a lot to cut during the camp and during the week. So he looked very drawn out. You can see like what goes into it. Obviously, we knew what we were doing, even at the amateur level, which is why I said pro mindset. A lot of amateurs don't know how to cut weight, so they think I'll just fight at a natural weight, and then they don't do as well, But every ounce is an advantage, but it can also be a disadvantage if you don't do it the proper way. But yeah, I'm just learning every day. The weight cut is a whole different game. In MMA, there's a lot of aspects. Promoting, the weight cut is one. The fight itself, what you do after the fight, how you recover. Everything is so many levels, so many layers to the sport.
How's your trash talking skills?
Trash talk. I feel like I don't trash talk. I just pump myself up. That's what I really do. I don't try to put anyone down. I try to just lift myself over them, which I think is a mind games in itself. So hopefully it pays off.
The way I look at it, you got like Conor McGregor on one side, and then you have GSP on the other side, and then in between.
It's everyone else.
Once again, I'm here with Ahmed Farah, the MMA fighter, the Somali Sinper. This guy's a killer. Make sure you leave a comment. Please leave some questions. You're Somalian. And you're currently like one of the faces of Somali athletes. What is it like to be a face of Somali athletes? And you have a lot of kids that look up to you, and that's amazing. So what's that responsibility like, and how do you handle it?
It's a big responsibility. One of many athletes. A lot of people think there's not a lot. There's plenty. You gotta look, guys. You just gotta support your people, because all these other countries support their guys. you see there's countless areas in this world where they just get another type of support for their athletes. So I want Somalia to be one of them, which is why I try to promote so much. There's so many MMA fighters right now, kickboxers. There's obviously plenty of footballers, plenty of everything, honestly. There's Taekwondo girls going on. So, yeah, guys, just support your athletes. They're everywhere. They're in England, especially the diaspora, but even back home, there's plenty. And I think back home does the best job of actually supporting their sportsmen.
Huge.
The Somali League that kicked off 2 years ago has been phenomenal. You can see, like, the crowds they draw in. And just obviously keep supporting your people. It's been a huge responsibility. I get messages every day of my life saying, like, hey, I want to try this. What do you suggest? I'm in this location. Where can I start jiu-jitsu? Where can I start wrestling? And I always try to give as much info as I can. There's no message that goes unread when it's that kind of message, you know, like, hey, give me some outreach, some input on what I should do next, you know?
Do you see yourself ever taking a fight to Somalia? Taking a fight there?
That would be ridiculous, man.
That would be crazy.
That would be another level. Just Africa alone, man. There's not even a lot of MMA cards in Africa, so
So do you think it's time now to take MMA cards or like actual UFC cards to Africa?
Right now, for UFC, yes.
Yeah.
They have 3 champs: Ngannou, Adesanya, Usman. They have plenty coming up. They can sell out one, but for the future, it has to happen, you know. But I think right now it makes the perfect sense to go there.
Okay, so in your opinion, who breeds the best fighters? The Brazilians, the Americans? You got the homeboys in Europe, the Russians, the Kazakhstan area. Who produces the best fighters in the world?
For a long time, it's been Brazilians, I would say. But when you look at just sheer number and like all of the promotions, when you look at Bellator, UFC, PFL, it has to be like the Russian Caucasus, the Chechnya, Dagestan, even the Tajikistan, Kazakhstan, all of the Stan countries, honestly. Those guys are another level in terms of just consistency, because this is what they do at the youngest age. They're out there grappling, doing sambo, which is literally MMA at the youngest level. They're doing wrestling, and you can see them in the wrestling, the freestyle wrestling. They're everywhere on those promotions and cards. So I would say that region right now is going to dominate, and for a long time, because of the way they raise their kids. It's just different. These guys, this is all they do. You know, they live and breathe sambo, MMA. Even kickboxing they're in now, so their hands are getting better, and they've got the cage work down better than anyone. They know cage work is a whole different aspect of MMA. People think it's just freestyle wrestling on, with no sprawls, but it's not even close. There's a lot of judo, a lot of trips. If you can use your hips well, these guys have got it sorted, which is why Habib, Islam, all the guys have it sorted on the cage. When it gets to the cage, it's a different aspect of MMA.
No, I mean, I don't know how you guys do it, first of all, but brother, my kudos to you. I salute to you guys. Like, taking a punch to the face and multiple punches to the face or a knee to the face. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Why?
You have to love it. You have to love it.
You have to love it.
It's not something you want to just, do out there for fun or, like a bucket list thing. I would always, you have to have some sort of, draw to it. You can't be like, just, hey, I'll be in and out. I'm
gonna end it with a few more questions, and one of them is this: who is a fighter that you looked up to growing up, and someone that, who's a fighter that you looked up growing up, or someone that you wanted to mimic style? If not, you don't have to have one if you don't.
There was guys I liked, but I knew I couldn't be like, just in terms of length and style, but there was something that always drew me to them. I love GSP, but he's the opposite build of me. I loved Connor growing up. I love Carlos Condit. Carlos Condit was one of them that is actually built like me, so I kind of related to him. But there's so many great guys. Silva, obviously, I relate to a lot.
Right.
But growing up, man, I used to just stream those cards and just hope to see some crazy fights. And hear Joe Rogan screaming. But now I try to take it way more in depth, try to learn things, which is a good thing. I get to enjoy it and I get to learn from it as well now.
And who's your current favorite fighter? Who's someone who's fighting, if you have one? Someone that you look forward to watching?
How can you not like Oliveira right now, man?
Oliveira, oh my God.
Yeah, the most exciting right now. When you think of just back and forth fights, but he comes back up every time. So now, currently, Oliveira. for me.
Didn't they like take away recently his title away from him for like was stripped
Yeah,
from him or something like that?
yeah, he missed weight, I believe, in that fight. So it's
So if
unfortunate.
you miss weight, you can lose your title.
Oh yeah,
Or that.
yeah.
Really? Wow.
You're losing the title. You're just, you're just not eligible to win it. But the other guy Gaethje was eligible to win it, but obviously he lost. But like Oliveira said, there's a champion. His name is Charles Oliveira. So everyone
That's for
knows he's
sure.
the champ, you know.
Oh man, that's crazy. I didn't know that. I had no idea. That's wild.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's next for you? Where can we see your next fight, and how can we constantly like follow the work that you're doing?
Inshallah, now I'm in Virginia. I live in Fairfax, Vienna, Falls Church area. Like I'm literally in the middle. I work in Vienna, which is a very nice location. This new gym, I'll show you guys. But inshallah, I want to return.
Clean.
I want to return, inshallah. I'm looking for August. There's a card that I'm looking for that I like a lot that I fought before, Rocky Combat behind you guys. So that's my goal. If that comes into fruition with my shoulder and everything else. But I want 2 MMA fights this year. I think with the injury and what happened at the beginning of the year, I just couldn't get as many fights as I wanted to. But I want 2 at least, and maybe a 3rd one. It depends always on how the 1st and 2nd one goes, obviously, what I come out with. But yeah, I want to return in August.
Inshallah. And can we in the future see you as a commentator? What's up
Yes,
with that?
that's my that's one of my loves too, man. I always loved commentating, even for soccer, man. And when I played FIFA, I would commentate over me and my brother's games. So
Yeah.
this is one of my goals. So I got to try it out with Rocket Combat. So shout out to them, and I'm gonna keep it continuing. Try to learn from it, and it's something I've been researching now recently a lot more, just to improve on.
Inshallah. Listen, brother, I really first of all thank you for the time. I know you're a busy guy, and so thank you for taking some time off your training for this. I wish you best of luck. We're definitely going to be watching all your work. We support you here. You have a very strong fan base, and I'm one of them. So inshallah, man, keep doing your thing, and we look forward to seeing you on the big stage one day.
Thank you, bro. Thank you. I appreciate it a lot. Thank you for having me. The pleasure was mine. Guys, follow Suli's show. This guy's awesome. He's supporting the Somali community and giving these interviews out for you guys. So I like his page a lot. So guys, help him out with the follow, and thank you, everyone.
Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. Have a good one, man. Stay healthy.
Inshallah,
Stay healthy, brother.
He is an even 6 feet tall with an official fight weight of 125.8 pounds. He is 20 years of age. Running comes to us by way of Eagle MMA out of Mechanicsburg, PA, and through Somalia.